Hey everybody. Well, I'm in Cape Coast. As a matter of fact, I just moved into my own apartment. It's just a one-room apartment. It has kitchen. That's kitchen and there's the bathroom. Because it's only me and my cat. There's my cat over there by my luggage. Yeah, so right now I just have a mattress on the floor, but uh, that's not gonna be for long. I wanted to go to the store today. Uh, let me put them up. I wanted to go to the store today, but it's raining. It's raining, and so I was going to get a miter saw because I already have a drill. But I was going to get a miter saw and a sander and some wood, and I was going to build a frame, my own frame for my mattress, and I was going to build a wardrobe for my clothes to put my clothes in so to get it out of pull it out of the luggage. But yeah, I'm in Cape Coast and and I and I just want to tell a little story of something that was happening. When I got here, I was staying at a resort. I wish I would have filmed. Well, I did film being at the resort, but I did it on Facebook Live. It's a really, really, really nice place. It's called Orange Beach Resort, and it's right on the beach. But it was it was a guy there that came there uh, with his sister, and he comes over to me and was trying to talk to me, and I can't even lie. He he to me the look on his face and all that, he looked like a pimp. It was like the way his facial expression and all that. He come over, and I'm like, man, this dude, he looked like a pimp. And so he's talking and this and that and whatever, and you know how it goes. You can tell my accent is different. So he asked if I was from America or Europe, and I'm from America. You know what, y'all? You can't tell the difference between pretty much a Black American accent and a European accent, and and he asked me, like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, no. And I'm a pastor. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he actually said, pastors are stars. And I'm like, I'm saying to myself, I have never in my whole entire life ever heard a pastor refer to himself as a star. So I said, pastor's a star, so like whether he know that, I'm like, oh, red flag number one. Red flag number one. Um, I can't even lie. He was a funny guy. He was really, really funny. Really, really, and so um, I gave him my phone number and all of that. And so then it was like I gave him my phone number, and it's like he was calling all the time. And so then he came back to the resort the next day. And so when he came to the resort the next day, he comes sitting down because while I was at the resort, I stayed outside because it's really nice outside. And so he came back to the resort the next day. So I'm outside, and I had just ordered myself some food. And so which the food, when he came and sat down, they were still cooking the food. And so he was talking and this and that, and he asked and he's asking me how do I feel about him. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know you. I don't know you. And he was like, you don't have like no feelings towards me? And I'm like, no, I don't know you. I said, I just met you yesterday. And he was telling me that he has feelings for me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, all right, whatever. And so then they bring my food out, and I'm eating my food or whatever. And I don't know, I guess, well, I can't say it's an American thing, nothing, because since I've been here, I have been around guys where they would pay for your, if they with you, they would pay for your food or pay for your drink or whatever. He didn't offer none of that. Now I'm not saying he had to, but he didn't even offer, he didn't even offer to pay for my food and all that, which the food is really good, and it was pretty much like six American dollars, and you get quite a bit of food for that. Yeah, so but he was like, you don't have feelings for him. I don't know you. And so then I was talking about how because he wondering if I was there on vacation. I said, no, I live here now. I live in Ghana. I said, I'm apartment hunting. I'm staying at this resort, while apartment hunting. And so, found an apartment and all that, and I paid the a year's rent in advance. And so he said that, I'll help you move. I'll help you move. When will you be leaving? I said, well, I check out here tomorrow. At noon. I said, but I want to at least like try to get out of here by 11:30. And so he said, okay, well, I'll be here at 10:30 in the morning. And I said, okay, that's fine. 10:30 came, 11:30 came. Now it's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock, and he calls. And he calls at 12 o'clock. And he was like, oh, yes, I'm on my way. And I was like, well, you don't have to be on your way because you didn't show up at 10:30, so I made other arrangements. And so the owner of the resort, they actually helped me out. They got a cab for me, and they helped put the stuff in the cab, and him him and another guy that worked at the resort, they actually drove behind the taxi to my new my apartment, and they all helped carry my luggage into the apartment, and they oh yeah, that's right. We stopped to buy a mattress too, and so they helped carry the mattress and the luggages and all of that into my apartment. So it was so I sat up there but I told him not to come, but he came anyway. He came anyway, and so I'm telling him like, look, because he's talking about, oh yeah, by me being a pastor, people be calling, and when they call, I have to come and assist them. And I said, well, I know pastors can be on call. I said, that part I can understand. I said, so I have no problem with that. I said, my issue is when you knew the fact that you set up here and made an appointment with me for 10:30, when you knew that something else had came up, that means you should have called me to let me know, like, hey, I know that I said that I would be there at 10:30, but something came up that I really need to take care of. And I said, now, if you would have did that, it wouldn't have been a problem. I said, so pretty much what you showed me that is that you lack consistency. That's what you lack consistency. And so, and you know, and so he do, you know, we had that conversation, and I'm sitting up here trying to head out to the cab. You know, everybody waiting on me at the cab, and we're still within the compounds. And so he had the nerve to sit up here and try to kiss me. Oh no, forgive me, you know, forgive me, my baby, forgive me, my baby. And I'm like, I don't like people calling me baby, honey, sweetie. I don't like that, cause to me that's things that men do so they won't have to remember your name. I said, sure, my name is sweeter. My name is sweeter than baby. My name is sweeter than sweetheart, because it's my name. And I had to let him know also, like, look, stop trying to kiss me. You know, I don't like nobody touching me unless I want them to touch me. And so, and it's like he kept trying to kiss me until the owner of the resort come to, you know, to see what was taking me so long. And so then the guy he stopped and got to talking about how I feel evil spirits around this resort. This is not a good place. I feel evil spirits around this resort. And I'm sitting up here like, what, you? Because you seem like you're the only evil spirit around here. And so it's like that was another red flag. Well, pretty much all he did was gave me red flags after red flags. And then he calling me and was talking about, oh yes, I want to marry you. I want to marry you. Don't you want to marry me? Will you marry me? And I'm like, I don't know you. Like, oh no, this is part of Ghanaian culture. You need to pretty much assimilate into the Ghanaian culture. So I sat up here like, I called the owner of the Airbnb that I stayed in Kumasi, talked to them, and I'm like, hey, is it part of Ghanaian culture to ask somebody to marry you after only meeting them twice? And he was like, no. And they said, well, I can't say that it can't happen. He's like, I can't say that it. I said, it probably can happen. Maybe like 10% of the time it could happen. He said, but no, that's not part of our culture. And so, so he was sitting up here. I said, but like I said, I don't know you, so no, I can't sit up here and say yes to marrying somebody and I don't know. I would have to get to know you in order to marry you and this and that, and next thing you know, he's sitting up here planning our wedding. Like, oh yes, we could get married in September, and I'm like, dude, I don't know you. And it was like, no matter what I was saying, he was not listening. He just stuck on us getting married and this and that. And I said, since he don't want to listen, I sent him a text. I sent him a text and I said, I don't think it's a good idea. I said, I don't think it's a good idea for us to see each other. I said, because just from this short period of time of being around you, you are extremely controlling. And that's something that I don't need in my life. So I hope you find what you're looking for. You have a good day and God bless you. And he called me. Oh, no, I was joking. It was a joke. I was joking, to make you laugh. And I'm like, no, that's not what you was doing. And no, I joke. I'm like, okay, bye. And I blocked his number. And then he calls me from another number. And I'm like, I didn't answer. Well, I didn't answer. And then he called right back from that number. So then I blocked that number. So then he calls me from another number. And I didn't answer it. And he calls right back to back. So I had to block that number. And so then he calls me from a fourth number. And so with the fourth number, I answered. And I said, look, stop calling me because you're making me angry. And he asked, why? And I hung up and blocked that number. So I haven't heard from him since then. Woo, thank God. Yeah. So it's like not only was he controlling, he does not respect somebody's boundaries either. And those are a big no-no. So that's my experience with so far with being in Cape Coast. Now but I can't lie, I like it here in Cape Coast. I really do. Hey, y'all have a good day.